So we bring different kinds of people together in a team, but the question is, will they say different kinds of things?
Right. Turns out probably not. They tend to focus on what they have in common instead, right? And so, like, know the same thing I do. Yeah, we can be friends.
So, okay, if we have a group of people who are very similar, maybe they won't change each other's perspectives because they're too busy enjoying how similar they are and getting more extreme in their positions. Aha! Then we're going to get a group of together people who are different. That will work.
If only we compose a team of people who know different things.
Yeah.
They'll just share.
They'll just share.
Combine,
It'll
right?
work.
Well, bad news.
Nope.
As you know, that doesn't happen either, right? So there's something we call the common knowledge effect, which is that when you put a diverse group of people who know each has a unique set of knowledge that needs to be shared in order to solve a problem. What ends up happening is that people don't actually share the unique information they have. They end up focusing on the information they have in common. Right.
And it's, I notice what you say that matches what I'm already thinking.
Right.
And I tend to then reinforce and build upon that so that we can build common ground.
Right.
Right? And so if we do come from different perspectives, we have a different challenge, which is, can we talk about the same things together, right? So pragmatically, I can build on what you're saying, I can understand, I can add something relevant.
Yeah.
And the collective effect of all of that influence of trying to build common ground is all the different information we might have shared, we're not really going to focus on that.
Right. So the whole point of forming a diverse group is just lost. And you don't get creativity, you get commonality again, right? And so
we identify the intersection we can all agree upon.
Right.
And we focus on that.
Yeah.
So we have this problem. We have diverse groups. We want them to share their different information. They don't seem to do it. There are a few reasons we already mentioned, right? That, pragmatically and conversationally, I want to build on what you're saying. But it gets worse than that, right?
Yeah, or more complicated.
It's even more complicated.
Right. I mean, one of the reasons is that common information is shared quickly. Because we all have it. And so it becomes immediately a basis for forming a perspective. And then once that perspective forms in the team, if I realize, I have this critical, unique piece of knowledge that directly contradicts this emerging consensus, it becomes awkward to actually share that. And as we've seen already with conformity, right, people are very reluctant to do that. And so one element of this is that people remain silent about critical information that they have, and they're unwilling to share it, and so that gets lost. And the team sort of barrels forward with this perspective that they arrived at sort of easily, but isn't necessarily accurate or inclusive of all the relevant information. But we can't just blame individuals for remaining silent, right? And we've seen this in our research that sometimes people actually voice the critical, unique information, but it goes into a conversational void that people ignore it. It's like, well, I don't have that.
I don't have anything about that. I don't know what to do with that. It doesn't fit what we've been talking about. Forget it.
That's right. So it's wrong. It's incomplete. It's illegitimate. And if it's unique, I don't have someone else to say, I have that too, right? This must be right. We have to take it seriously. So unless you're willing to obnoxiously and repetitively say, I know this, you have to take it seriously, chances are the groups will again barrel forward and completely ignore unique information. And so yet again, another barrier to creativity in teams. When we form a team, we really rely on people to share their unique perspectives, and often people know things that no one else does, and we really need them to share to solve a problem. But unfortunately, as we've seen, people really want to talk about and focus on the things they have in common. And in doing so, they lose all this unique information, which is the whole point of forming a team in the first place. And so to the extent that people withhold that information for whatever reason, it really works against the group's ability to be creative.